to another edition of the Nerdcast. My name is Daniel, and on today's edition we have none other than Chelsea Thompson back from the dead.
Yeah, I've been away for a while.
Yes, it's so nice to see you here again on the Nerdcast, Chelsea.
It's nice to be back. I've been missing your lovely face.
It is also nice to see Kelly Froese back on the Nerd List.
Hi, Kelly.
Nerd List.
Hi, it's good to be back. I think it's
joining us here tonight.
kind of funny. I mean, we're closing out the year with 2016, or closing out the 2016 year, and I think one of the first things we did, maybe right before 2016 started, was a Nerdcast. So
yes,
it's been almost exactly a year. So it's nice to kind of
Kelly, you're our nerdy bookend for the season. Thank you so much for joining us.
We did have you on during the video game championships as well, the classic video game championships.
Oh yeah.
And you've been around.
You always the first Nerdcast is always the special one, right? That's remember.
The first one of the year. Yeah. I feel like this one's kind of like the first one of the year because I've been away for so long, and by the time it kind of rolls around, it's going to be like almost New Year's anyway. So I mean, really, technically.
Looks like you've got pretty classy. You don't have your usual X-Wing background today.
No, I have switched rooms today. My X-Wing's over there. I'm kind of more in the playroom now.
In the general playroom, however, it does have the classy wood paneling.
It does. It still has the. I love this.
Mm-hmm.
Very fancy. This is not me, dude. By the way. It came that way. So anyways, it's been so long since I've talked to either of you guys, so I want to know how was your guys' Christmas? How was your holidays? I'll start with Chelsea here.
Yeah, my holidays have been pretty good. I've been away from the Nerdcast for quite a while. For a while, we were rearranging Nerdcasts. I joined a soccer team for a bit for the end of the fall season. And our games were on Sundays. And so for a while, we were sort of rescheduling Nerdcasts to Mondays. But then I was moving, so I kind of tapped out and said, I'm house hunting and packing and relocating and moving. And then holidays came around, and it was all the prep to get ready for holidays. So it's been kind of nice. The school I work at, the last day of school was the 16th. And so I've been off since then, and I decided to stick around Vancouver for Christmas. So it's been very mellow. I've spent a lot of time in my new house, in my pajamas.
That's the way Christmas should be.
Being very cocoon-like, which has been lovely to not have to go anywhere or do anything, just to kind of sit around. So yeah, it was good. We put out a call to any Christmas orphans we know, and we cooked a Christmas dinner. We had a couple friends show up, so that was good. Turkey and all the fixings. That was delicious. And yeah, and now to cap it all off, I get to come back and do a Nerdcast.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I also should say hello to our audience as well, who's
Aaron. Hi, Aaron.
Who's also watching in.
DJs for the win, indeed.
Yes. How was your Christmas, audience? And Kelly, how was your Christmas?
It started out pretty busy. Our daughter's finally old enough to really enjoy it, and the expectations get built up, and she knows what's coming. She knows who Santa is. She knows what Santa's all about. She sees Santa everywhere. She knows what presents are. And she knows what she was old enough to ask for things now. So it was a lot of fun, different kind of fun, just as much fun as last year, but a different kind now. So
yeah, it's great when they start realizing what's going on, and they start getting really into the spirit of Christmas a little bit more. Yeah, I love kids because like our oldest one, he was hopped up all Christmas here, just waiting for it to happen, and yeah, it was pretty awesome. Did you get anything special this year?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got a couple of nerdy things. It was a few nerdy shirts, a new hat. I mean, I got cool poster from some local guys that actually you had on your show not too long ago.
Oh yeah.
The Rigby Muldoon.
Yep.
And then I also got this T-shirt, and then I got some Dungeons and Dragons stuff, and season 1 of Babylon 5. And my wife and I picked up the latest season of Doctor Who, so a couple of board games. So I'm keeping my nerd card.
You're covered.
Did you get anything good, Chelsea?
Yeah, I got some super fun, a new fandom that I have recently fallen hard for. I mean, I believe, Dan, you've heard me talk before about the cartoon Steven Universe.
Yes.
So yes, I'm a huge Steven Universe fan, so I got some Steven Universe gear. I got the sweater that Steven wears in this year's Christmas special. I got Steven's sweater. So I wore that all day Christmas Day. And that was a lovely gift. So yeah. Yes. Nice. Aaron got a Nerf gun. Classic. Very nice.
You can't beat a gift like that.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate gift.
Always a good choice. Yeah.
I got a heat gun this year. That's the extent of my because
fancy.
I get to the point where we have kids now, and it's all about the kids. And if I want something, I'll just go and get it myself, or I'll get Trina to go get it, and whatever. It doesn't really matter. So we did not do Christmas gift buying this year very well. I would think we just bought ourselves little things. But I got a heat gun, so I can do this, and this is just starting. But I started my Mass Effect armor.
Oh, I was going to ask what that was going to be for a second.
Yeah, see. So I'm pretty stoked about that. That's a lot of fun. So I get to make some new cosplay.
Are you building that with Marcus?
Yes. Well, Marcus is making what's it called? Power armor from Fallout 4, and this is just Mass Effect. Armor. Yeah. So we've been sharing ideas. We've been sharing our thoughts on training tips, trying to get this thing going, because I'm really excited, because Mass Effect's one of my my favorite games.
Are you making Shepard's armor?
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm excited. And they also have the new Mass Effect game coming out next year. So
yeah,
it's gonna be awesome. I'm excited for it. I also got I didn't get it. I got it for my kids. That new little Nintendo.
Oh, the NES Classic.
The NES Classic. Yes. So I got that. Hang on 2 seconds. Let me just mute so I can get that out of my face. Still didn't work. Anyways, this way. So I picked it up at EB Games. I stood in line for 4 days. Now, what I did is I had to wait for the shipment. Like, I didn't stay there for the full 4 days. But I had to stay there for till the shipment came in every single day to make sure that I don't have a job right now, so it's fine. I've been really, that's the other thing. It's I've been just enjoying this nice little break to just do nothing. This is the first time in a long time I've just actually had nothing to do other than all these visiting things that I have to attend. But so I stayed in line for 4 days. So I went there every day until the shipment came in, which usually was only a couple hours. And yeah, eventually, so there was 5 of us standing there. There was 4 that came in. I managed to snag one of them.
I'm a little jealous. A lot jealous about it. Both on the fact that you have one and that you've got time to play.
Yes, that's the other thing, is I get to actually have fun playing Mario. See, it's Mario.
I'm just showing off.
I can just do this while we're doing Nerdcast all night here. You guys can't see, you can't hear it on here, but don't die.
So that's kind of a good segue into the whole 2016 year in review, because the Nintendo had a pretty awesome year, or had a lot of big news anyway.
Yeah, Nintendo did have a lot of big news. I'm excited for the new system that's coming out next year, which is
Switch,
NX. Yeah, the Switch.
Well, they had the Switch.
I keep calling it NX. It's not MX. Switch.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how it actually feels.
Me too. You're starting to see some, hardware teardowns and some reviews just in advance.
Yeah.
Not anybody that's officially been able to play it yet, but they're analyzing specs and patents, and you're starting to see some teardowns of it now, and you're getting a bit more information. But I mean, I'm still going to be excited to play it. It's still an awesome concept. Hopefully, being a little underpowered didn't hurt the Wii very much.
No, it's the Wii U wasn't that great of a system overall. I don't think it didn't take off that well. But I mean, this new one, everyone seems pretty excited about it. So we'll see. I'm hoping Nintendo can do something about it. I'm just kind of curious on why they haven't been able to pump these things out. Like there's like nothing to this thing. It's like this big.
Well, the classics.
Yeah, the classic. Like look at it. It's like that's how big it is.
I think they kind of hedged their bets a little bit. They probably didn't realize just how popular it was going to to be, or
nostalgia is a powerful thing.
It is a super powerful thing.
Yeah.
You almost want your system to be sold out so that you can say it's sold out everywhere.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking is artificial, almost. Nintendo likes to do that, I think.
But I mean, they also had Super Mario Run, which hit pretty big on mobile devices.
Yes. Super Mario Run is out for Apple only at the moment. I'm not sure when it's supposed to come out. I think there's an app on the Android now that it'll count down how much time is left till you can get Super Mario Run on Android, because it's only a timed exclusive for the Apple right now. So I'm curious.
The audience keeps pumping out good ideas. I mean, VR was huge this year too.
Mm-hmm.
It was a pretty big year for VR. I'm hoping that they can really shore that up and make it another good year this year by bringing out some more headsets or something, or dropping the price a little bit, because I mean that's still, the price is pretty high.
Yeah, the price is a little bit daunting at the moment, but the nice thing about it is, in a way, it's brought back the arcade. I mean, you're starting here in Edmonton anyway. You've seen Inception VR. You've seen a little booth at West Ed. You've seen Breakout VR. So I mean, there's 3 different places right there, and then the Rec Room at South Edmonton Common is launching a VR arcade as well. So I mean, you've got at least 4 different places that you can go and play VR. It's kind of exciting that there's an actual arcade. There are actual arcades around again.
Yeah,
I mean, it's obviously different now. But
I'm glad. I'm glad to see it, and I think that's almost the best place for it right now, is in these arcades. But eventually, the price will come down. It'll be more consumer friendly, I think, and we'll hopefully see.
That's the nature of new technology release anytime, though, right? Until it becomes normalized and mainstreamed, initial prototypes and releases, the cost is always high.
Yeah.
so
But VR is a lot of fun. I don't know if you guys have had much of a chance to play around with it, but it is it's quite a blast.
I haven't had a chance to play it much, but I mean, I'm already planning. I mean, I guess I should ask you guys too. Have you already started figuring out an area in your house that you can do this and not hit anything?
No.
Yeah, I played it at Aaron's place, and he had it in his little mobile. I don't know, what do you call that? What do you call it, Aaron? Your mobile command center or something like that. And I didn't manage to smack his TV, which I was scared I was going to do. But I mean, it does give you walls. It's pretty difficult to do, because it gives you walls on where to. When you walk up, you can see I don't know. It's like Star Trek. You know Star Trek? When you get close to
the holodeck.
the holodeck. I don't know why I'm blanking out on that. I've been watching Star Trek all week. The holodeck, and it's like that. So you see the grid as soon as you get really close, and you kind of stop. So, but it's awesome. It's a lot of fun.
I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Yes. The mobile command post. That's what it's called.
That was a tent on Aaron's back deck.
Yes. It's pretty awesome.
I like mobile command post better.
It was a little chilly that day, as I can recall as well. So, yeah, it's fun. What else is there?
Well,
No. I'm just generally talking. The effect is truly amazing that we were promised VR would be 20 years ago. Yeah, I'm glad that the stuff that the 20 years ago was not what we got. It's way better now.
Didn't take off.
Yeah.
That it's happening now.
Yeah, I think it's way better now.
No, I'm really excited to play Star Wars because that looks insane.
There's a lot of really good stuff coming out this year. Overall, I don't know about you guys, but I kind of just want this year to end.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you want to, you just kind of reference the sad part of things. I mean, maybe we'll cover that early instead of ending with it.
Yeah.
The list, I went over the list in anticipation of this, just in terms of, okay, who else passed on? How many great
There's a
people
lot.
passed away this year? And just from the pop culture, sci-fi, nerdy elements, I mean, just about every major nerdy fandom took a hit this year, especially the big ones: Star Wars, Star Trek, Firefly lost Ron Glass.
Yep.
I mean,
Shepard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Look, I mean, you also had, just from Star Wars, you had Eric Brownsfield, who played Admiral Akbar, passed away. Kenny Baker, R2-D2, Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
It was a horrible year just for Star Wars alone. And then Anton Yelchin, the new Chekhov.
Yeah.
And then Ron Glass from Firefly, and then people that just relevant, really, really, really well-known people like David Bowie, Alan Rickman, Gene Wilder. Those are just some of the names. We had spent an entire hour just reading out the names of famous people that passed away this year.
Well, and even like the most recent with Carrie Fisher and
Debbie Reynolds.
Like a day afterwards. Like it's just insane.
Oh, Garibaldi passed away too. Your audience is just clicking here right now.
Yeah. Like there was so many, and it was just one of those really sad years. And I'm like, I just want it to be done, just because it was just that kind of a year. Yeah,
you're not alone.
We did have some good things happen this year, though.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of good things happening. I mean, if you're looking locally, it was a really good year for, selfishly again, just for Edmonton.
Yeah,
it was a really good year for gaming stores and board game cafes and escape rooms. It's the year of escape rooms here in Edmonton.
Mm-hmm.
This is true. Our Stan Lee just celebrated his 94th birthday just recently.
Woohoo!
I mean, that's
Stan,
huge.
go!
Well, it's a lot more Marvel movies coming out that he's going to have to be in.
Yeah, we need the Stan Lee cameo. It's not a Marvel movie without the Stan Lee cameo.
I think he just needs to just do a whole bunch of those cameos.
And have them in the can so they can be edited into.
Anywhere. Just pop them into any situation. Just have him with a broom sweeping, just say some one-liner that has nothing to do with what's going on. Perfect. Done.
Yeah. I mean, I'm horrible at segues, but that kind of really... This was a good year for Marvel. The Marvel machine just rolled on at the movie theater. You had Doctor Strange,
Captain America. You had Civil War this year.
Yeah.
Deadpool. You had...
Especially Deadpool.
So what?
Oh, no, just especially Deadpool. I'm on board with all of it.
Yeah, Deadpool was amazing this year. You got X-Men Apocalypse that came out this year as well. It wasn't that great, but I mean, it still came out. Yeah, like they came out with a lot of different movies this year.
Well, they had a bunch of announcements for casting. They released more movies on the slate for the next few years. They've got movies planned all the way through to what
2025.
Okay, yeah. I wasn't even sure how high it got, but I mean, it's almost they do this every year now. It seems. I mean, ever since that first Avengers movie, they just every year it's just hit after hit after hit. It just rolls along. It's almost like the big news, the big jump was TV for Marvel. I mean, you had Luke Cage and you had Daredevil.
Yeah, that
Jones.
like the Netflix series was just incredible. Batman v Superman finally hit the screen. It wasn't amazing, but it showed DC is starting to catch up. It is true. They are starting to like.
I'm cautiously optimistic for the Wonder Woman movie.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that. I'm hoping that they do that one well.
As well as I'm cautiously optimistic for the Aquaman movie.
Yeah.
I'm all on board with. I'm exactly where you're at because Wonder Woman, that one looks fantastic. I'm excited about that one more than any other DC movie.
She was one of the better parts of Batman versus Superman. So
you really got a feeling that they captured Wonder Woman in that. So.
Yeah, I mean, you got that. You got Ghost in the Shell coming out next year, which looks amazing.
Too.
I mean, there's so many great movies that are coming out in 2017. What's the other one I was thinking of earlier? Blade Runner.
mm-hmm.
And
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that. It's weird. There's so much. I'm excited. I'm even more excited now about next year than I was before we started this because you keep bringing up things that I didn't even write down. There's so many things coming out, and I mean, just finishing off the TV part of it and talking about what Aaron was saying from the audience. Is you had a great year for Marvel at the movies, great year on TV. You know, good and bad at the movie theaters for DC, but DC's TV machine is just rolling along too.
That's the other thing. Like they got Arrow and Flash and Supergirl all on the same network now, and Legends of Tomorrow. I don't know how.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Still whatever, but still like
they all shoot in Vancouver, and they're doing so well and set to keep rolling along that the CW is invested in like its own like full studio lot, so it can have all of those productions in the same spot. So that there's opportunity for more crossover. So like if they want to do crossover episodes, it's like, okay, hey, so you're shooting in this studio today and tomorrow you're walking down the hall to shoot in that studio because we're doing this crossover, that crossover, and the next crossover.
Well, it's interesting. You know, Marvel's got the shared universe already, but I mean the big crossovers, DC's kind of taking the bigger steps faster. They had the big 4 series crossover already with characters from all 4 series showing up.
Yes. Yeah. They just did that before the break here, which was awesome to see everything come together. I also like how a lot of these new movies, like even Deadpool was one of those ones that were shot in Vancouver. All the stuff that's happening now in Canada, which is awesome to see.
Hopefully it keeps rolling with the dollar tanking and them talking about repealing the film tax credit because the dollar's tanking. I really hope that doesn't hit the film industry too hard here.
Oh, I hope not.
But we'll see.
It's nice to see, and especially for our actors and on our end, right? Like there's people who are employed by these things, right? Like it's a big business.
Well, the number of people who work on the technical side of things, the number of people employed in the city as crew, is bananas.
Yeah, like it's all the behind the scenes stuff, like that are the people who are being employed on the other end.
And the ripple effects, right? It's not just the people on set. It's not just the lighting department. It's not just props and set. It's the drivers. It's the caterers. It's the 17 PAs. It's the extras wranglers. It's the extras. It's the casting agents who employ the extras or book the extras. It's, yeah.
So Audience, what are you guys looking forward to for like TVs, movies, shows, whatever, next year? What are you guys interested in?
I mean, there's going to be Star Wars Episode 8, obviously, just next year. So
I didn't think we needed to even mention that one.
no, I mean, you kind of throw it out there because I mean, you have to at least mention it because
Yes.
I'm probably going to book off the day that it comes out again because I want to make sure that I go see it before somebody spoils it.
Yeah.
I managed to get to Rogue One this year, which oddly enough, we talked about movies, but we never brought that up yet. Or maybe we mentioned it briefly, but I managed to go to the theater and see that one the day before somebody started openly talking about it at work. So I just narrowly dodged that bullet.
Yeah, Punisher Netflix spinoff. That'd be awesome. There's the Star Wars one. Carrie Fisher had completed her shooting for that one.
Now it makes me curious
what they're going to do with her.
Well, how that will change any plot points or writing that they'd already done for episode 9. And what it'll mean for that. That's where my head goes to.
Yes, Aaron is right. Nathan Fillion will be at Calgary Expo this year.
Woohoo!
Awesome. Yeah. Episode 8 is going to be like a religious pilgrimage. I know it is. Yeah. Episode 8, I can't imagine how tough those tickets are going to be to get. I remember waiting online and just like clicking the refresh button for the episode 7 and even for the one last Rogue One. Yeah.
I haven't seen Rogue One yet, but
No?
I don't care about spoilers. It's on my list. I haven't gone yet. I've been doing a whole lot of nothing. We haven't even gone out for a movie day yet.
I won't. We wouldn't spoil it anyways. But I mean, yeah, go see it because it's so good.
But I mean, if you're asking me what else I'm looking forward to, apart after Star Wars, you've got stuff like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I watched the trailer for that the other day, and it made me grin.
Do you know what I just saw?
Baby Groot.
I can't believe I missed it. It was like came out 2 weeks ago. Fast and the Furious. I can't remember what it was called now.
Number 8 or 9? What is it now? 8. Yeah.
8. I can't remember what it was called now.
Fast 8. I don't remember either.
The Fate of the Furious.
Well, I think they're running out of puns now, aren't they?
Yeah, it's the Fate of the Furious.
It
just seems like they're just going to blow up 9,000 million cars in this thing.
Fate of the Furious is in the letter F and the number 8. Fate.
I don't know.
Well,
Probably.
It's like they're building their own Expendables now because they started off nice and young, and now the franchise just keeps going on, and they don't kill anybody off. They keep, with a few exceptions, they don't kill anybody off. Everybody just keeps coming back, and now the villains are turning into heroes, and they're bringing new people in, and some of the heroes are turning into villains apparently, and Aaron is joining the cast.
It's going to be incredible, like the spectacle. But Trina's like, you can just watch it at home. Just wait till it comes out. I'm like, what? Really? You have to see that in the theater. Expendables 4 has been announced.
I saw that the other day. Like they're just going to keep making those movies until they.
Yeah, I think I mentioned this earlier though. Blade Runner, I think, is my number 1 movie for next year though. Even over top of Star Wars. The crazy thing is I just don't want them to wreck it. I really want a good Blade Runner. I want another good Blade Runner.
I think if they were doing a straight up reboot and just retelling the Harrison Ford version of it, there would be a lot more cause for them to potentially screw it up really badly.
Oh yeah.
But the fact that it's a continuation and we have Harrison Ford reprising his role as his original character in it, I think that makes for an interesting jumping off point for an expansion of the story.
But what do you think of Ryan Gosling as whatever the character that he's in.
I
mean, you had Harrison Ford, which was probably your eye candy for the first one, I guess. And now you have Ryan Gosling for the second one. Is that what the deal is?
Yeah, but I mean,
It's like, come watch this movie with me, Trina. Like, it's got Ryan Gosling. Is that how you get your girlfriend to come with you?
Not every girl's in it for the eye candy. Some girls are in it because they actually like sci-fi. I'm just gonna toss that out there.
No, that's true, and I don't deny that. But I can try. Like, I've tried my hardest to get Trina to watch the first Blade Runner, and she just won't do it. I don't know why.
Well, that may not be her thing.
I don't know. Blade Runner is just an amazing movie.
Yeah.
It's my favorite movie ever.
I feel like, so Ryan Gosling does come with like the tag of eye candy, but I feel like he's got the chops like Harrison Ford to handle the acting of any story that they come up with. So
yeah, I'm curious, I'm excited and nervous. All like it's just a ball of emotion for me on this one.
Well, I hope for your sake it's really good. I mean, I have an attachment to Blade Runner. I can remember watching it when I was very young. But I actually that was one of the movies that was part of our curriculum. I took a film studies course in university, and that was one of the movies that that was included in the curriculum. So it was an interesting way to get a deeper appreciation for it. So, I mean, have we covered all? So we've talked about movies. We've talked about celebrities in 2016. What else are we missing for 2016? We talked about
Pokemon Go. Can anybody say Pokemon Go?
I was looking for the lead into that because
and I mean, just in general, Pokemon's 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
The original Pokemon.
We got a new Pokemon set today. I can't remember which one it was called.
Sun and Moon, or
no cards.
Cards. Okay.
What's it called? Evolutions, and the art on the Evolutions card is awful. It is so bad. I mean, they're brand new sets, and I'm like, I opened up the pack. I'm like, holy crap! Pikachu's fat. Like, what the hell? Like, I don't even know what this is. Like, they don't even match.
He's been at it for 20 years now.
Yeah, he looks old.
But I mean, he looks great in Pokemon Go. Getting back to what Chelsea was saying,
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of people's number one for 2016 in terms of news.
In terms of pop culture hits for 2016, I think.
Pokemon Go was it was so big, and it went so big, so huge, and then just went and gone. I don't know anybody who's playing Pokemon Go still.
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
I think I know a couple of people, but if you drive down the street, especially on 124th Street in Edmonton here, you used to see, or up in Griesbach, for example, you used to see so many people just walking around glued to their phones. And it is winter, so it's not.
I was going to say, I will caveat that with, remember, you're in Edmonton, and people walking around in the summertime in Edmonton is probably a lot more pleasant, enjoyable than trying to walk around in the wintertime in Edmonton.
Well, I managed to. I actually benefited a little bit from Pokemon Go because I made a post about it, just listing all of the Facebook groups that were popping up and all of the resources around town that were popping up for Pokemon Go, and I kept refreshing it. It was the day that it launched in Canada, and I made a list of all of the Pokemon Go groups in Edmonton. And when I refreshed the list, I could see Facebook groups getting created in real time, and I've never seen that before. But because I happened to post at exactly the right time, and got it off before a lot of the local news media really picked up on it, but I got I think 20,000 hits. It's in a month. That first month that it was out, and then you saw it. I mean, just search. You could track the analytics through Google. You could see how many searches were being done for, and it's just dropped. It's like Daniel was saying. The interest level has dropped from if it was at 100% before, now it's at maybe 4% of what it was. So you're not seeing as many people looking for it anymore.
Well, Aaron here is saying that he's still playing it. He makes it part of his daily exercise. So.
Well, I know they are doing they're releasing new Pokemon, and they're looking to upgrade it a little bit, I think. But.
Yeah, they're still pumping out updates for the thing. So that's one thing. No Man's Sky. I don't know if you guys got into that at all, but that was a big, big disappointment for a lot of people this year, I think.
No.
People it was the promise of the game was amazing. It was huge, and it just didn't quite deliver. And then you didn't hear anything from the developers. Yeah, it kind of bombed. It's kind of hard to read that, but yeah, there. But yeah, it kind of bombed. But I mean, they're putting out some more updates now for it. Yeah, Elite Dangerous is much better.
Yeah, it does look better. I mean, that was going to be my question to you. Now that they put out the updates, have you gone back to look at it and see what it's like?
No.
Or is it just they should have put the effort in at the start? They kind of lost you a bit.
They kind of lost me, but I mean, I still want to go back. I will eventually have it once I get a chance to. Once I'm done playing my little classic NES, I will go back to No Man's Sky and try and see if it's any good. But yeah, I haven't had a chance yet.
I know that the other major video game that came out, and I think we might have briefly touched on it before, was Overwatch, and that hit huge.
Yeah, I mean, that was a big one.
It almost just took over some of the gaming cafes. And you see it online. Cosplayers love Overwatch. Artists.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you see once you see like all the, it came out and there was instantly cosplayers, cosplaying the characters, and yeah, that's a pretty big deal. Some of the costumes were amazing too.
So was there any other type of gaming that you were really struck by in 2016? I mean, we've talked about video games. We've talked about Pokemon Go, obviously. What about board games or tabletop? Was there anything?
I was just going to say any big games that came out that people were really excited about in the realm of board games.
The one I haven't played it this year, but it was Terraforming Mars was a big one this year. I heard that one's really, really good, and I haven't had a chance to play that one either. See, I got into the Star Wars RPG this year, and it kind of took over. It took over all my gaming, so I stopped playing a lot of board games and started playing RPGs instead.
We've got a very good local DM, our local GM. I have to say, Ben Yendel from a internationally known. Tales from the Hydian or Hydian way?
Hydian way.
Hydian. Yeah, I always get that mixed up. But based here in Edmonton, and they're a pretty good GM. And you're doing it yourself now, aren't you?
Yes, I am the GM. He's actually playing in our group.
Okay.
Which is intimidating.
I know I kept up with Dungeons and Dragons a little bit this year, and I got out to the RPG convention here in town, and then
that was the other thing. Like we got some good events that happened this year, and IntrigueCon was one of those really good ones that I managed to get to this year. Yeah,
it's like every nerdy field kind of had something this year. I mean, we had a LARP convention in town. We had the role-playing game convention. We had multiple video game events. I mean, we had Classic Video Game Championships is still going on, still going strong. And then it seems like there's a video game or board game. Actually, there's a tabletop or just generic gaming component to every major convention now in Edmonton.
Yeah. And
all of the local board game cafes and stores and gaming stores just kind of join in on that. And we had, speaking of them, we had, I'm trying to think how many opened up. We had a new one open up in Sherwood Park, a new one in Fort Saskatchewan, a new one in Leduc. A combined effort in Edmonton, Apt to Game and Rogue's Hideout, which were flea market and then online stores, joined forces and opened another one right south of White Ave. And then you had all of the VR arcade. Well, you had Breakout VR, and you had Inception VR, and you had all these other virtual reality arcades open up as well. It's been a good year to be in Edmonton for in terms of gaming, anyway.
We had a lot of new stores pop up this year, just in general, in that realm.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the new Pikachu. I don't know if you can see him very well. He's
just really fluffy right now. He's looking lush.
If you look at the old Pikachus, like the super cute Pikachu, here's another. There's a super cute one. I can't tell. I don't know. It doesn't even look like Pikachu. It's just all one body and head. I don't know. Weird. Anyways, I got way off topic there. We had a lot of new stores pop up. We had a lot of new, not so many new events, but we had a lot of new stores. New what's it called? Gaming places. We have the Rec Room now.
Yeah, have you been to that yet?
I have not, and I really want to go.
I'm planning on getting out there in January here, but that looks. I remember when it opened, they had the contest to try and solve the puzzle to be one of the first ones to get into it. And it looks insane. I mean, and now they're adding the VR arcade as well, in addition to everything they had. So. And
the new thing is axe throwing this year. I noticed a lot of axe throwing places popping up this year.
Yeah, I haven't been axe throwing yet.
I know Trina's gone a couple times. I've yet to go. She really enjoyed it.
You have an axe throwing practice facility at your house now?
No, I wish. But we did have, we got Animathon. There's a Taste of Animathon happening in January here, coming up.
Well, I was going to say, among the stores that opened out in Sherwood Park was a dedicated cosplay store.
Yes.
How big cosplay is getting in Edmonton, to be able to have the supplies to really, get your creative juices flowing and bust out some amazing cosplay.
Oh, just because out in
Sherwood Park.
I've been out there a couple of times now, and they're developing a pretty big following.
Yeah, he's so good at it. That's the thing. All of them, they do such a great job.
Well, and my favorite thing about it, they were a guest on the show. And my favorite thing about it is that it's not just, here we've got supplies, we're going to leave you to our own devices. No, we're going to have classes and share our skills and knowledge with you so you can actually learn how to make stuff. The second half of the shop being the workshop space where you can come and take classes and learn how to vacuum form and learn how to use a heat gun and all that kind of stuff. So
and they're bringing in local cosplayers to do it. Yeah. Well-respected local cosplayers. They're being very choosy about who they're bringing in. So it's nice to see it happen. And we've got some really. I didn't know any of it before I started the list, but we've got some pretty incredible cosplayers in town.
Yeah. We got a lot of big people, bigger people now. Like it just seems to be growing.
Well, I mean, I got to mention, just because I saw her being interviewed the other day, or not sure if it was yesterday or the day before, but she was being interviewed about Carrie Fisher. There's a Lady Death Star cosplay. And if you haven't checked her out, check her out on Facebook, because she does some she's got
her dresses are amazing.
Brilliant Death Star dress. Absolutely. And then her BB-8 as well.
Yeah. You can see her at every convention.
I think she was being interviewed by the CBC about Carrie Fisher and just what an inspiration she was for her in her line of work.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, cosplay this year I think it was a solid year for the cosplayers this year, and it just seems to be getting better. Like the quality and the craftsmanship that we're seeing now is absolutely incredible. So I'm excited to see more of it in the coming year as well. But what is some of your favorite events that you attended this year, Kelly?
It had the one that really stands out. I mean, for different reasons. You've got a bunch of different categories for why they stand out. But I got a media pass for the expo this year, and you've obviously been going there for a couple of years now as a media representative. But this was the first time I got to go, and I thought it was hilarious. I loved it.
Yeah.
I mean, I spent I think almost the full weekend there, which I'd never done at any con before. So this was the expo this year was incredible. I mean, people say that the attendance was down a little bit just due to the economy now, but I mean, I didn't care. It was great. It was still packed for me. I got to go out there and meet all these people that I had only talked to online before, and it was like I got to be a fanboy and meet people that were vending at the different booths or were creating, and a couple of them were surprised. Oh, how do you know who I am? I'm like, oh, I'm Kelly from the Nerd List, and that was the big one for me, because I got to meet a lot of people that I've only ever just posted about. So
yeah, that was a huge. It's always a huge one. Like every year, the Edmonton Expo is a big event. Calgary Expo is also another one that's just a big one. I know it's not Edmonton based, but I mean, you still have to go down. I'm looking forward to this year. Audience, what is your guys' favorite? If you're watching this later on, you guys can leave a comment down below. What was your favorite event of the year? But I want to know. I want to know what your guys' event was. Like, personally, I really loved the smaller events like RPG Day over at Avalon Nights. I love those like little get to know you kind of things. IntrigueCon was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun at IntrigueCon.
We could only make it out for one night of it. But.
I know. One morning. I didn't even stay. I didn't. Yeah, I couldn't stick around. But I really did have a lot of fun there.
They've gotten bigger every year now too.
Yeah, and EekFest was. It seemed like it was dying out, but it was still a lot of fun. A lot of family friendly stuff there, which was nice to see. It was nice to see drone racing this year. That was kind of cool to check out this year. I'm expecting drones to really pick up next year. They're everywhere. I went to, like, you go to any store, you see a drone sitting on the shelves. Like, they're everywhere. And yes,
the Fort Mac fire. That's I think we need to talk about that at some point too. Sorry, that's Aaron again.
Yeah.
Just hijacking things, and I'm like a squirrel or a dog seeing a squirrel. But I mean, sorry, we haven't asked Chelsea what she was excited about this year.
Well, being in Vancouver, I miss out on a lot of the awesome stuff that happens in the community in Edmonton, because I think that's one of the best things about Edmonton is it really is becoming a huge community, right? All of these disparate fandoms, through work that you do, Kelly, on the Nerd List, and hopefully through work that we do with our Nerdcast and coverage, is really make each other aware of each other and bring each other together and, you know, get cross conversations going and get like-minded people together. And so being outside and far away and joining you guys every week, it's always great to hear what's going on in the community in the true sense of the word back in Edmonton. So I live a little vicariously through my Nerdcasts, hearing about all the awesome events in town. Because there is stuff that happens in Vancouver. Vancouver has a con. But I feel like because Vancouver is such a big city, it doesn't really have that true sense of community like Edmonton does.
Well, I mean, some of the different entities in town are already starting to combine. They're already starting to interact a little bit more. I mean, Daniel,
Yeah.
you went up. I think you went on the Geek Crawl, didn't you? To the
that was
an X Realm.
Yeah, so we did the escape room. We did day at tabletop, and started off at Variant Edition there. That was quite the night. That's the other thing. We got a bunch of escape rooms that came up that started popping up all over the place this year as well.
I think we've got 15 of them now. I have to go back and check to make sure they're all still open, but none of them have up. I mean, I think 15. And we went. I remember when I started the Nerd List. I think there was 4 or 5. I think one of them had just opened, and unfortunately, GTFO, one of the most popular and one of the highest rated ones, actually had a fire and burned down.
Oh no.
I mean, they're reopening. I mean, it's just a matter of time, but you have to wait for insurance to come through. But getting back to what the audience was saying just a second ago, Aaron, the Fort Mac fire in terms of local nerds, almost, it's like you don't think that that's a nerdy thing, but it affected so many different, every business, every individual in Edmonton did something to help the Fort Mac evacuees. And the nerdy community in Edmonton was no exception. You had escape rooms, for example, offering free admission. You had in a place like Warp 1 and Warp 2 soliciting board game donations and from their distributors and from their customers and hosting pickup locations. All you had to do was walk in, show a Fort Mac ID, and walk out with free board games. I mean, you had somebody like, I forget his first name now, but the owner of Overclocked Gaming, who actually is from Fort Mac, and my wife knew him when we lived up there, and he was hosting free gaming for anybody who had nothing else to do. I mean, there was just such an outpouring from every community, but specifically in this case, the nerdy community in Edmonton, while everybody was evacuated. It was just awe-inspiring to me.
Yeah, it was a great year for our community, I think, as a whole. I'd like to see more in the new coming year as well. Lightsaber classes, yes, I want to mention that there was lightsaber classes this year. That was like so much fun. I like every year, if you get a chance in the summertime to come down, I think it's Wednesday nights anytime.
Wednesday nights in Churchill Square.
Churchill Square. And I'm sure we're doing it again this year. So it's just great. Like, who doesn't want to have lightsaber fights? And choreographer, like the choreography and all the other fun stuff that go along with it is just such a blast. Yeah.
Yay, Janine and Mackie.
Yes. Which we've had. Well, we haven't had Janine on the show. Oh, yeah, we have. Well, she's on other videos.
Mm-hmm.
But she's never been on the actual Nerdcast show. But Mackie has.
Yes. Mackie was on for Pi Day.
Yeah. I mean, we've had so many great. I say we've had so many great shows this year. I'm really looking forward to the upcoming year as well. We're starting to get the slate of
guests together.
Guests coming. Yeah. So
I guess that's it's kind of my ballpark. That's what I want to know now. I mean, because that's a news story. Okay, so the the Nerdcast. Yeah, sorry about that. The Nerdcast is coming back in a big way this year. Then
we're hoping so. We're gonna continue on. We're going to Sunday nights now.
Yes. Back to Sunday nights. Yeah.
Back to Sunday nights. Which means I can have the podcast up for Monday mornings, which is what I like, because I like, if you're driving to work on Monday, you want to listen to something nice. You want to listen to the
dulcet tones.
Of I don't think that's what people are gonna.
So is there?
Sadly, you have to listen to what I have to say.
Is there a preview you can give out? I mean, do we get a sneak peek? A sneak.
I don't have anyone
got coming on this year.
Well, we have the one locked up. Hang on, I gotta actually go into my. I don't even know where. I'm losing everything. Yeah, just we have guests.
Apparently, you had your first big celebrity interview this year.
Yeah, thanks, Aaron, for pointing that out. Trina did an amazing interview at Edmonton Expo with
Mark Muir.
No, Garrett
Wong.
Garrett Wong from Voyager.
Yes. Which was
It was a fantastic interview. It's on our YouTube page. If you haven't seen it yet, you should check it out. She did a great job. And he was such a great person to interview as well. He just kept on going on, and it was just a great interview, just generally. And Trina just knocked it out of the park on that one. Yeah, I'm making my way through Voyager on Netflix right now, and every time I see Lieutenant Harry Kim on the screen, all I can think is, oh my gosh, Trina got to talk to him.
Well, that was the other thing, is like, because we've been watching, we're still watching Voyager right now. But Trina's just like, we've been watching it, and then all of a sudden we're talking to Garrett Wong, and it's just like, oh my goodness, really? Harry Kim.
Yeah, she messaged me after she did the interview and was like, it was all I could do to keep from like fangirling out.
My wife has a wallet that he actually signed my wife's wallet.
Nice.
So I mean, she doesn't wear it. She doesn't carry that around because I guess the signature is getting smudged off, and it was a Star Trek wallet too.
Sweet.
Yes. So I have some notes. Those are the ones I can tell you for sure that are going to be on the next one. That's about it. That's all I can tell you.
Sorry, I have some notes. The podcast.
We have some notes.
Okay.
Yeah. That is our one announcement that we have. Other than that, I don't have anyone else locked, but we are talking to people.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Aaron, you are just the most amazing audience and fan of our show ever. It is true. Dan also had a panel at Edmonton Expo, ran a panel. That was also pretty cool and pretty nice feather in the cap for you, Dan.
Yeah, especially because I am always so nervous about that kind of stuff. It was nerve-wracking to say the least to do that one. I was excited, and I'm glad that we did it, and it was awesome. And we have the audio out for people to listen to as well. So if you wanted to listen to that one, no video. But I did do another one where I hosted a panel as well. So two panels this year, which is it was fun to do. Yeah.
That's okay. We'll forgive you for that one.
We forgive you for that one time.
That is totally legit.
For sure.
Yeah.
If you can't see it,
If you're listening to the podcast later, not watching the video, Aaron's comment is that he ditched Dan's panel to go get his photo with Carrie Fisher, which
we will let slide.
We will not hold against you, Aaron, ever.
No. That's fine. But yeah, it was awesome. Like I had such a great time this year. Like the Edmonton Expo, I think, was one of our biggest expos that we've done this year. And just because we did the panel, and it was just great. And then we even had Extra Life this year, which was, oh my goodness, that was a lot of fun.
I stopped to visit with you when you were there, and
again, you have the one time where I'm actually like literally falling asleep, like with the controller in my hand. Every time Kelly shows up, I'm like passing out. But I get my second win right after you leave.
He's your gaming Kelly. You are Daniel's gaming good luck charm.
He manages to catch me at my lowest. It's just because of what you work at that time, or
I don't know, but I guess you got to make plans for what you're going to be playing next year too, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping. I'm still trying to convince Trina to let me do it here, so that I can get an actual good setup down here. I got some more gear ready to go. I can do this now, which is so much fun. I can play Mario.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just about died there.
And on that note, maybe we should let Daniel get back to it.
No regrets. I would do it again. Yeah. It was a good year.
All in all, even though we lost some wonderful people who have forever impacted nerd pop culture,
yep.
We've also shown how resilient and creative nerds are with the amazing stuff that has happened. So even though we'll be saying goodbye to icons of our fandoms, I think we'll honor them best by moving forward into next year and just keeping the nerd train rolling. So,
yeah. And I think Trina just picked up Carrie Fisher's new book today as well.
Awesome.
Yeah. I mean, you had to. We were going to get it anyways, but I mean, we were out all day, so we might as well pick it up today. So it was. There's not very many copies left in the city, by the way. We checked.
I would believe it. Yeah.
They're pretty much sold out everywhere. That's pretty much it. I think that's all I got. Do you guys have anything else you'd like to add before we close out tonight?
No, I'm looking forward to 2017. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys have planned. I know there's already a bunch of stuff. Edmonton's got a bunch of things on the way with a new board game cafe, another new board game cafe that's going to be opening up. And I hope it just kind of continues.
Oh, that's the other thing. Like, we're going to be planning, and I this is still really still fairly fresh, but we are going to be working closer with Avalon Knights as well, because they got some stuff that they want to do, and we will be sharing a lot of what they're going to be doing over there. So it's going to be awesome. Just look forward to that. It's going to be. I don't want to say too much because it's still being worked out, but yeah.
How suspenseful! It must mean you'll have to stay tuned every week.
I know, and then you will find out.
This is where Daniel starts to tell you, and then the credits roll. Right?
All right. So, anything you guys are the most looking forward to next year, and then we'll cut her off. Chelsea.
Well, because I'm a sucker for movies and television, the new content that's coming down the pike, all of it, I'm always interested to see the reality of behind the hype of big nerdy fandom movies that are coming out. So,
yeah, Kelly.
I've got the movies that are coming out. Hopefully I'll get to play a couple of video games this year, like all the way through. Hopefully I'll be able to borrow somebody's Mini or somebody's NES Classic at some point. Then I've got a few things that I'm trying to get into a routine with the Nerd List of trying to automate as much as I can, and I'm looking forward to a couple of things to get that rolling a little bit more. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting out to more events, getting out to some of the stuff that I haven't been able to go to.
Yeah, I'm really hoping for this year. It just cut us off. I'm really hoping for this year to get to more events this year. That's my biggest one, I think, for this year. I really want to check out a lot more of the events that are coming up in the new year. But overall, I am looking forward to a lot of the new movies that are coming out. Mass Effect, the new Mass Effect game. I've been playing through the Mass Effect 2 game again. I had to go back because I'm building the armor, right? I had to, make sure that it looks right.
It's research.
It's research. So
Mass Effect 2 was the greatest. That was the greatest one for me.
It's my favorite of all. So I got more pieces in the back there as well that I've been working on as well. So I'm hoping to have this ready for sometime. Who knows? I'll keep picking away at it. Stay tuned. Maybe I'll wear it for a Nerdcast one day. I think that would be very uncomfortable, and I won't do that. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Kelly, thank you so much for joining us and being part of our chat about the good, the bad, and the ugly that was this past year and what we're excited for coming up. You always have great things to say about all things nerdy, so thank you so much.
Thanks for letting me go off on a rant about nerdy stuff. I could talk for hours.
And now, if our fellow nerds want to take advantage of the amazing cache of nerdy knowledge that is the Nerd List, where can they find it? Where can they find you?
Let me take a deep breath. You can find the website at www.edmontonnerdlist.com. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/Edmonton Nerdlist. We're on YouTube at YouTube/Edmonton Nerdlist. We're on Instagram at Edmonton Nerdlist, and we're on Twitter at YEG Nerdlist.
Awesome. And Dan, where can our listeners and viewers find us if they want to look at our calendar or check out any of our other videos that we mentioned, like Trina's awesome interview with Garrett Wong? Where can people track us down?
Well, the main thing is just go to northernnerdnetwork.com. There you will find all our event calendars, some of our videos, our podcast lives there. Everything is on that website, and the links to everything is on there. But we do have a Facebook page that we like to keep up. Twitter at @northern_nerd. And our main place of residence is YouTube, because this is where we do most of our stuff, is on here. I tried Twitch. It's just not the same. I felt out of place. It wasn't my world. My world is here with you guys on YouTube. Yeah, here it is. YouTube.com/northernnerd. And that's it.
Excellent.
I want to thank everybody out there for watching and or listening to this edition of the Nerdcast. And I'll see you guys
on Happy New Year.
The next one.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Oh, I'm unplugged. Ha ha ha.